Hollywood has almost bitten its own tail in that way because there's this underlying like valueless current really that's kind of like a very cheap currency.
It's Hollywood. It's Hollywood sort of adjacent, which is this side of media culture that profits from and circles, and there's a symbiotic relationship between Hollywood and obviously like here I am promoting my movie and running around, and now I don't want to go on like a tabloid and do that or whatever it is, but that becomes part of that culture too. And then you have like any interview show or all these, and you're right, in a sense it is Hollywood. It's not a coincidence because when they do their presentation in the boardroom for Comcast to their shareholders, they go, look, we make these movies, we spend a lot of money, and then we get the stars and we plug them into all of our other shows that we also own. And there's a lot of synergy, so on and so forth. The idea though is like, okay, that's a kind of a tax that you end up sort of paying on your sort of life and the one hand, and on this thing that you're trying to build, which is something that connects with people and moves them, and that they want to go out to a fucking movie theater and pay good money to see. And it makes it a little bit harder than to have to kind of go around and do all that other stuff and be like, okay, well, that's not who I really am. And that's, and to try to sort of be interesting and relevant in some other way that isn't really what you kind of even wanted to do. It's sort of part Hollywood and also kind of Hollywood adjacent. It does eat its tail
in a way because the acting and the creation, it's this all this stuff under it, and it's almost starting to like kind of drain its own lake in a way.
It's a good metaphor, yeah. Like the movie as the kind of lake, and the underneath of what's both what goes into it and what happens behind the scenes, and also what
all the same thing.
And it does kind of like, it's interesting. Like if you overtax it, it lowers the lake, and all of a sudden it doesn't look like a beautiful lake. It starts to look like the low country marsh, and it pulls down. You start to see all the little black mud around the edges and the muck, and that's I don't know how to kind of balance that, but as a director.
Ever been listening to a podcast and hit something you didn't understand? Ask along, just ask while you listen. AI answers instantly, and your podcast keeps playing. Working out, doing chores, hands busy? Ask along is voice first. It becomes a learning card you can review later. Ask, answer, retain 10x. Download free on the App Store.